is your sleepless god back with what if uh, Gilgamesh was in Harry Potter's body? I lengthened that out a little bit too far, but we don't mind that much. We don't care. Uh, Last time we left off, we talked about how Harry and Ron was in the train and how they, how he got his new jacket with all the pockets, and how he explained that the reason why he wanted all these pockets was a use his gate of Babylon, hiding it from people, making it seem like he just has a lot of things in his pockets instead of an entire dimensional world. And then we go into the sorting ceremony. Before that, him and Malfoy kind of jabber off a little bit. And he tells Malfoy that the way you're going now, the way you're showing your path, you will die. Basically, you will not be the same person you are now. You might die, like truly die, or you might change. So much so that your new self changes. Then he went into the sword ceremony. Everyone gets sorted. And then Harry comes up. And Sorting Hat hates Harry so much because he's so much of each one of the qualities. And he's magnified into this light that Sorting Hat and Harry makes a deal. Why don't you just sort me in both Gryffindor and Ravenclaw? Not Ravenclaw. Slytherin. Because I'm so much more of these two qualities that you cannot distinguish me from either one. So he did. He did to it. Now let's start this. So, with Harry doing this, he has now two heads of houses. Snape and McGonagall. Now, both of them, McGonagall loves Harry at this very moment in time because he is responsible. But Snape still hates him, even though he doesn't look like his father. It's just because of that blood inside of him, the Potter blood. It makes him disgusted, as well as it makes Snape hated that Harry can choose two houses, but he doesn't say it. So with this, he gets a couple of things that other people cannot. Meaning he can go both into the Gryffindor and Slytherin common rooms, but he has to choose. He doesn't get two beds though. He has to choose which one he wants. He can go inside of each one, but he has to decide which one he wants to sleep in, personally, and keep all of his stuff. He does it in the Gryffindor ones because he trusts Gryffindors more because they're honorable than he trusts Slytherins at this very moment in time because they're stealthy, they're sneaky. He knows it. He's a personal Slytherin himself. But when this is going on, he can choose whichever table he wants to sit on, anything. Slytherins don't like him. Gryffindors respect him. Slytherins do not. They kind of fear him in this sense because he stands up to people. He does not give a shit he says up to upperclassmen who says stuff to him like you shouldn't be in this house and stuff like that because Harry is not a bitch. he's no motherfucking coward. He says, so why shouldn't I be in this house? Why should I not do this? Why should I not go ahead? He asks them questions. With this, though, he just follows the same class schedule he does normally. So, he goes to multiple different classes. And he actually has a pretty fun time. He does not be late for his first class with McGonagall. For the very reason it's easy. It's easy, bro. Just walk. Simple. But Harry is in the situation with Ron, though, at this time. Because Ron doesn't know if he should talk to Harry. Because it's a Slytherin. He wears a robe with in one part of his heart, it's a lion, and the other part it's a snake, and it's so he doesn't know where he stands, but Harry stands up. You are the same as you always were to me, and I should be the same to you. Have I changed from changing into houses? And Ron says, no, you haven't. You're the same Harry that I saw at the train. Am I mean to other people? Am I nasty? Am I cruel? Am I a pureblood? Ron looks at him and says, technically, no. When he says pureblood, he means like, am I being like pureblood in that sense of the word? Am I acting like that? Am I acting like Malfoy? And he says, no, you're not acting like Malfoy. You are yourself. And Harry says, see? That is it. Like the houses do not change. You shouldn't root for someone else's house because you're at a different house or something like that. Or you shouldn't like be against that. That's why I wanted to show. That's why I wanted to be an in-betweener. A pacer. And that's what he is. Him and Hermione have a better relationship that he had than him and Hermione in the original because both of them are clever. Both of them are smart. And both of them are with Hermione. She answers all the questions. Harry knows all the questions. He already knows what they're going to come up with. So he doesn't like to be know-it-all. He doesn't like to tell everyone what the answers are because he knows they need to figure it out themselves. Hermione's just like that. But Ron hates Hermione still. Like, Harry tries just every day, just like, hey, you cannot hate someone because they're smarter than you. And Ron just says, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's like, it probably is like that. She's just annoying. As Harry's just like, I can get that, but like, she's incredibly smart. She's brilliant. She needs to be respected enough because of that smartness. Same thing with you in chess. That Harry always beats Ron. Harry crushes Ron in chess. Like, no joke. Ron is good, but he's not at Gilgamesh's level. All of his classes go really, really well. He's almost master already in all of his classes. And it kind of scares the teachers a little bit. Because he's quiet. He doesn't talk a lot. He's in the class with everyone else, kind of chilling. But he does everything perfectly first start. No matter what. And then he goes to Snape's class. He goes to potions. As he's talking with Ron and he's, because it's Slytherins and Gryffindors, he's in the middle. He's directly in the middle. He's between the Gryffindors and the Slytherins. He is the middle. As he's talking with Ron a little bit and he's like, oh, I hate Snape. He always like, makes fun of everyone. It's like, he can't be that bad. He's a teacher. He can't. As Snape blasts into the room, there won't be any silly wand waving. As he gets up, he says, with potions, I can teach you how to bottle fame, make glory, and even freeze death. As Harry's taking notes, writing it down. He doesn't need to. He does it nicely, as a person. As he says, Snape looks at him and says, Potter. As he asks his questions like he asks in the books. Hermione blasts up her hand as Harry grabs her hand and puts her down. He answers the questions correctly. Yes. Snape looks at him and says, what? fuck? Ask him another question, the second question. And he hands black. Harry grabs it, puts it back down, and looks at it and smiles, just nodding her head. Like, calm down. Says, finishes the question. Snape looks at him curiously and smiles as asks him the final question, but in an interesting voice. He's not as vicious as he was. Hermione doesn't raise her hand this time, as Harry answers the question correctly. As he looks at him and says, smiles, not enough to be seen by a normal human being, but Harry sees it. Harry sees the smile on his, just a smirk, covered up by the sneer gives to everyone else. Correct, Butter. Correct indeed. All of those were correct. Perfect. As he looks around the entire class and says, why are you not writing it down? Come on! As everyone writes it all down, as he looks at Potter and says, I guess fame is not everything. At least you're smart. As he walks, as everyone else is, he's making a potion as they start making potions, as Neville Longbottom is about to add something, as Harry stops him and he says, hey, read it over again, please. Thank you very much, Potter, as Harry catches him. If he added that thing before, he would blast out and cause a massive eruption and also hurt Neville. He goes back as he's with Hermione right now, as he's mixing the potion, as Snape walks up to him and grabs a little bit of the potion, looks at it. The colander. Good, Potter, good. 5 points to Slytherin for helping out a useless Gryffindor. As Slytherin looks at Harry as Snape looks at everyone else. What are you guys looking at? On? As he's walking around as everyone looks at Slytherin. That's not normal. He gave points to Slytherin, yes, because he is a Slytherin. He can do that. He gave it to basically a Gryffindor. They don't know how to feel about it. They insulted Gryffindor. 5 points from Neville Longbottom for almost blowing up the class. As at the desk, as Harry had to help him again. Hey, don't remember. You cut it up that way. As 5 points to Slytherin for not destroying the entire classroom with a massive explosion of paste. As Harry, calm, Neville, calm. You have to focus. This is potions. You can't just win your wand. You have to cut it up nicely and neat. Cut up in those big pieces. It's going to cause something bad to happen. As Snape looks at him, as in the corner of his eye, Snape laughs. Just not enough to be hurt. Laughs. As he remembers his first potion agreements with Professor Slughorn. And Harry's mom helping him. Helping her helping him. Something of the sort. With his potions. And it was the exact same way this is going on now. As he smiles and just clips on walking around like a bat. As next class, is one of Harry's favorites. Uh, it's flying lessons, as first years are technically not allowed on. No, they have to, naturally go on a broom and they have to be studied for. But Harry already knows how to fly personally. But Neville as well as Hermione are nervous as shit for the class because you can't study for this thing. You have to do it off of power and senses. As he tells that to Hermione, you cannot study for this. This isn't a thing you study for. This is a thing you are born for. This is a thing that you will prepare for your entire life of. Flying is something of freedom. You have to take it as it. It's just freedom. As they get into the class, as everyone is on the broom, as the instructor explains what they're going to do. They're going to stand right next to it and scream the words "up" until the broom flies into their hands. As Harry doesn't even have to scream it, doesn't even have to say it. As everyone says "up" as it grabs it, Harry just puts his arm down and the broom flies up to his hand as Hermione's standing right there. How did you do that? Harry says you have to put force into it. It's like a wild animal, in a sense. You can't, in the word, extinguish fear. You have to look at it and command it. So Hermione tries, says it a couple times as her ears finally pop out, almost of anger and rage. She says, "Ah!" as the broom finally falls up, as her ears falls away. As Malfoy looks at him and says, "Huh." As Harry says, "If you say it's Malfoy, I will put a fucking sword through your body." As Malfoy quietly but surely shuts his mouth. As Harry mounts his broom, as Malfoy gets corrected on his form that Harry kind of enjoys. But, as he does. As, the instructor says, "So, the next time we do this, or for this lesson, we just need to push up with our feet, fly in the air 5 feet off the ground, and fall right back down." Is everyone getting ready to push off as Neville Longbottom gets so nervous that he pushes off too early and flings his broom, as his broom kind of goes out of control for a little bit as he gets incredibly injured and actually breaks his arm. As the teacher grabs him and says, "Anyone who flies off his broom and has their feet off the ground will be expelled before I even say Quidditch." As he walks away, as Malfoy grabs the Remember Orb. He says, "Huh. If he tosses up like almost like an expert. Maybe if he had this in his hand, he would remember to land on his fat ass." As Harry says, "Malfoy, give it here." As Malfoy says, "No." Pushes off with the broom and starts flying away. As Harry grabs his own broom, as Hermione says, "No, you can't. It's just getting expelled." As he drops the broom actually and says, "Yes, I would." Interesting. As he pushes off with his feet and just starts flying. As everyone looks at him and just says, "What the?" As he says, "Malfoy," as he flies to him incredibly quickly. And it comes right next to him and says, "Give me it," as Malfoy says. "Then catch it then," and he throws it as far as he possibly can. A good throw at that. But Harry's faster. As he blitzes, as he feels the wind hit him as he grabs it and stops. As he flies right back down and lands on his feet. Handing the Memorab to Hermione. Give that to Neville when he wakes up, please. As he hears a clomping of heels as he sees Professor McGonagall. As he says, shit. As McGonagall says, Harry Potter, come here. As Harry says, fuck. As he goes up to McGonagall as McGonagall says, come with me. As this is where we're going to end off the video. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.